I welcome you all to MOOC's course entitled Community Engagement and Social Responsibility. We will be discussing Unit 1 titled Community Engagement. Unit 1 is divided into two modules. The first module of Unit 1 focuses on the concept, ethics, and spectrum of community engagement. In the fourth part of Module 1, we will study about the importance of community engagement and crisis communication. In the previous part, we studied the various spectrum of community engagement.
Now, the point comes, what is the importance of this community engagement? Now we have discussed much about the community engagement, how you are actively participating in the community. So, what is the importance of community engagement? Here, the citizens or the people of the particular community, they are said to be engaged when they participate actively in deliberations and discussions and decision making or execution of initiatives or programs that impact them. So when the people or the members of the community, they will start actively participating in all these discussions. Okay, that is called as the community engagement is there. So community engagement basically increases the visibility and understanding of the issues, and it empowers the communities to have their say, their control over the decision that affect their lives, their towns, cities and neighborhoods. Like the best example for this you can understand in this way. Right now it is the phase time is going that some of the cities are to be converted into the metropolitan cities. Now we are trying. So where we are taking the opinion from the general public of the particular city. Like Agra would be the part of this metropolitan city or not. You want the metro stations in Agra or not? You want metro train in Agra or not? So for that purpose, opinion polling is going and people are participating. They are responding back, yes, we want. Okay, we want this. So that means they are taking, their involvement is there. They want the betterment of their society or their city itself or the town. Okay, that is the community engagement. So they all will be able to take the decisions. Now we'll discuss about the approaches for community engagement. There are various approaches by which we can increase this community engagement. We have discussed in this spectrum that it is a process, it is a flow, that how from the low level to high level of community engagement or involvement comes. So what are the approaches? How you can increase this community engagement? Because community engagement is very important, we have just discussed. So for that purpose, these are the 6 approaches we are going to discuss here for community engagement. Okay. So first approach is communication for behavioral impact. Communication for behavioral impact, COMBI. Communication for behavioral impact, it is a 10-step communication planning method which is directed at designing effective behavioral communication programs for achieving specific behavioral outcomes in health and social development. Okay, so basically what happened, we will try the more communication for behavioral impact which will help in bridging the gap between knowing what to do and actually doing on that. You know what you have to do but you are not doing. So it basically bridges the gap between knowing what to do and the doing. Recognizing that is the one thing to know, another to do. Getting? You must know what to do and how to do basically, and you have to actually perform also. So communication for knowing is quite different from communication for doing. So communication for behavior and impact basically works for improving this particular aspect. Okay. The second approach comes for the increase or more involvement of the communication engagement is crisis communication. Crisis communication, whenever some crisis situation comes, it may be in the form of natural disaster or it may be in the form of finance problem. Okay, you must have heard about this. So crisis communication, it can be defined like as the collection, processing and dissemination of information required to address a crisis situation. Wherever the crisis, financial crisis comes. So whenever the crisis situation comes, how you are going to deal. So you'll have to come in front for the help of the people who are in the crisis situation. Or the other states, other countries also comes in these type of crisis which are due to the natural disasters. Okay, so there are three stages of the crisis communication: pre-crisis, actual crisis and then post-crisis. So in case of pre-crisis, what happen that will monitor the crisis risk. What are the chances that this type of crisis may take place? Okay, we know that inflation is going high, increasing every time. Okay, inflation rate is increasing, other thing. So which indicates that this is not a good sign. Okay, for the GDP, for the economic growth of the country. Okay, so we are aware about this thing. Then make decisions about how to manage potential crisis. Whatever crisis we are expecting, which will take place in the near future, how we are going to tackle that. Okay, that is pre-crisis we are talking about. Then train the people who will be involved in the crisis management process. Then we will start giving the training that how you will have to handle this type of crisis situation. Okay, that means we are ready to face the crisis. So you know that this is a very simple phenomena, that if any person, any group, any community is in problem, is in basically crisis situation, and if somebody is coming to help them, is the best way to increase the involvement, community involvement. Getting? So this is the pre-crisis task we need to do. Second stage is the actual crisis take place. Now when actual crisis is there, you need to collect and process the information for crisis team decision making. Okay, so you'll have to, whatever data you are able to collect, that how much the its after effects are there, or how much loss we are going to suffer, okay, due to this particular crisis. So this type of data we need to share with the crisis team so they can make their arrangement to handle the situation. Then create and disseminate the crisis messages so that you can get the help from the maximum people side. Okay, and the third stage comes, that is post crisis, once the crisis already took place. So here we'll have to assess the crisis management effort, what they have done, and provide the follow up crisis messages as needed. There maybe you must have heard about this, that sometime if the natural disaster take place, so there is the PM fund, Prime Minister fund has been created, so that the people come in front to help the people who have faced that particular crisis situation. Okay, so that is the post crisis. So this is the another approach for increasing the community engagement, that is crisis communication.
Today, in this part, we studied about the importance of community engagement and crisis communication. In the next part, we will study about various types of communication for community involvement and social mobilization.
Thank you.